on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio
UK.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Wednesday edition of the morning show. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So from now till exactly 12 o'clock, when I bring the curtains down for the end of the program, I'm going to be a captain taking you through all the terrains, whether it be snowy, whether it be dry, whether it be cold, whether it be hot, the altitudes, and whatever it is. I'm going to make sure I bring you everything that you need to know. But be rest assured of one thing, with me in charge, I'll make sure that you get your destination in peace, not pieces. Once again, welcome and good morning. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Thank you very much for setting up everything for the program to go on as well. And a special good morning goes to Kojo D. Kojo, Jay, good morning to you. Hope you are doing very well. Mr. Dante CEO of JR Accountancy Services, massive good morning to you. To HRH Linda Palian, good morning. Mr. Lami Koike, good morning to Mr. Frank Davis, good morning. KB Bosman, Vicky Newton, all on Starr Radio UK, good morning. Chama, Councillor Chama, good morning to you there as well. To Mrs. Daisy Chobo, good morning. Mrs. T, I hope you are doing very, very well, and the family. I salute each and every one of you. Thank you very much for that good rescue. There. Good morning. Nobody knows, we know, right? Good. All right then. Let me say good morning also to my papa himself, Bishop. Henry Bruce. Good morning to Mama Bruce, Mrs. Mary Bruce. Massive good morning to you all, and Bible Lifers, both UK and Ghana as well. We salute each and every one of you. Now, let me say good morning to Mr. Lami Koiki, all of you watching us live on the Yoruba Nation platform, Koiki Media platforms, or the United States of Biafra platforms, wherever you are tuned in this morning to listen to us, we salute you. Also, let me take this opportunity to say good morning to no other one but the one and only Eben, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa. Antonio, good morning. And then to the one and only Atakovi, good morning to you, Atakovi. To Nianana, join the chief of Ashaman, massive good morning to you, and to all and sundry. Let me put it that way, wherever you are. Once again, thank you very much for tuning in. Delta Hammond, good morning to you all there. Thank you very much once again. It is Starr Radio UK, the 19th day of November, the year 2025. With the time now 11:11, and let's crack on. So by way of quote for the day, it says, we cannot blame our failure to live our dreams on a lack of time. We cannot blame our failure to live our dreams on a lack of time. We must learn to make time in our days to live those dreams. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important, because we seem to be concentrating on one side, maybe work, and there's no time to rest, no time to have that family time to enjoy that bit that you have. No. Or maybe you want to be, playing some, learning to play some nice an instrument or something, that you want to live that dream or whatever you are building. And we keep on being too busy, not creating the time. Make the time. I remember the other time I was talking to a young man, and I was saying, you know what? From experience that we've learned, please make time for yourself and your family so you can spend quality time with them. Because we go around trying to make all the money and running around, and then you get to a point where you don't have the strength, the ability to enjoy what you have made. Then what have you actually done? Well, it is always enough a word to a wise. All right then. Let's move on to some other stories making the part of the program this morning. That is the weather front. Well, what have we got for you on the weather front this morning? Now. For London and the southeastern part of England, showery rain continuing for a time today. This turning to sleet or snow briefly through the afternoon. It will become drier with clear spells developing by evening. Tonight, once cloud clears off to the east, it's going to be a cold, clear, and dry night with a very little, if any, cloud cover drifting in. So, boy, it's going to be icy. Yeah. So, The top temperature today is going to be 5 degrees. The lower is going to be -1. UV level low, pollution low. Sunset 16:06 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:25 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on. Now to the travel updates this morning as well. So if you are using the underground this morning, I can tell you assuredly, apart from the Piccadilly line that is having some issues, let me bring that your way, between Piccadilly line, no service between Rayners Lane and Uxbridge all day to prevent damage to train wheels caused by expected significant leaf fall. Please change it at Acton Town for services to Rayners Lane and use the Metropolitan line to complete your journey, please. So check that out and do so. And so no service between Rayners Lane and Uxbridge all day to prevent damage and the minor delays on the rest of the line. Please change at Acton Town. Yes, as been advised. That aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service. DLR, London Overground, London Tramlink, good service there as well. Now moving on straight to the major roads in London. What have I got for you? Yes, assuredly, well, good service, no exceptional delays on all the other A roads apart from A12 and A3 that are experiencing serious delays. If you can avoid them, do your best to do so. Moving on to the river bus, good service there. The London cable car is also offering good service. Bringing it to the final segment of the travel update, that is the National Rail. What have I got there for you on the National Rail this morning? Great Western Railway is offering is offering special service. Northern Rail and Transport for Wales special services there as well. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that is why I would say it once again as I normally will. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a quick break. We come back and I take you global trotting. So stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 19 minutes past the top of the hour. And this announcement, well, it's happening live this Saturday. We march for justice, we march for safety, we march for change. Stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. MVAWG march and event taking place on Saturday the 20th of November 2025. There are two parts to the program. The first part, that is the march, will start from 10:30 a.m. at the Croydon University Hospital, London Road, and will do pause and pick up from 11:30 a.m. at Max and Spencer, North End, West Croydon. Then at 12:15 to 12:15, it will end at the Croydon Town Hall. Yes, apologies there for that. On the part 2 of the event, from 2 p.m. speeches at 12:15 to 2 p.m. speeches. There's going to be speeches, performances, storytelling, and refreshment taking place as well. For further information, contact no2mvawg@gmail.com. Also, you can follow them on Instagram. That is _MVAWG, or you can scan their QR code and it's on the program now, on the broadcast now, to join in. Well, say no to male violence against women and girls. All right then. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:21, and of course it is a Wednesday edition of the morning show, and we go on. We are trying to arrange to see whether we can have one of the champions of that course. That is no other person than the only Councillor Tama. Whether we can get it tomorrow or Friday. So whatever it is, just keep fingers and everything crossed so she can come and elaborate on what is being done this Saturday and the course, and then we can champion it continually. All right then. Now let's go global trotting. Let me tell you what is happening from across the globe. Starting from home here in the UK. A police bullied me into admitting murder, says a man wrongly jailed for 38 years. A UK inflation rate hits lowest level in 4 months. Interesting. Now the whole country is buzzing. Scotland fans celebrate World Cup qualification. Yay! And training. A train stabbing suspect charged with further offenses, including attempted murder. Well, they have to get him down, put him down, whatever they will want to put it. Let that be done. UK Supreme Court rules the Christian-focused IE taught in Northern Ireland school is unlawful, and snow and ice warnings in places as cold snaps grips UK. All right then, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on to other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world as well. Epstein files released to await Trump's sign-off after Congress gives approval. And Epstein saga reveals Republican rifts and the power of Trump's base. That is making them quick in their making him quick in his booth. But let's see what happens there as well. Trump defends Saudi crown prince over killing of journalists as they hold talks in Washington. Well, he's looking at the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Well, that is the money. That is the money. $1 trillion of trade deal. Why not? Cristiano Ronaldo attends White House dinner alongside Saudi crown prince. Okay, and Nicki Minaj supports contested Trump claim Christians being persecuted in Nigeria. All right then. Well, interestingly, Trump at times he is like my friend Bojo, and at times they lack the words to express whatever they want to say. He said, "Quiet, piggy." Trump responds to a reporter after Epstein's question. Well, they didn't know what to say there. He went on that way. So let's see what is happening on that front. It's all coming your way from Star Radio UK. In other stories as well. Diddy has denied sexual battery allegation after Los Angeles authorities open a probe on him there as well. Now moving on to other stories in the Latin American area as well, where Venezuela Maduro ready to talk as US ramps up pressure. Okay, ready to talk. What are they going to tell him to do? Okay, now moving on to the Middle East as well. Lebanon says Israeli strike kills 13 people near Palestinian refugee camp, and at least 94 Palestinians died in Israeli prisons in 2 years, human rights group have said. All right then, it is all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, Europe as well. Russian attacks hit flats in one of the deadliest strikes on western Ukraine. At least 60 people have been killed and dozens more wounded in the attack on the western region of Ternopil. Well, is the West scared of Russia and the threats and the fact that they say if you dare we will, or what? Well, I'm going to tell you more about that. Bodies of missing mom and child found in freezers in Austria. Wow. And 2 Ukrainians working for Russia behind rail sabotage, Polish Prime Minister has said. Sabotaging deliveries to the battlefront for Ukraine via Poland. Well, okay, now moving on to other stories making the rounds in other part of the world as well. Roblox introduces a checks for chat function ahead of social media ban. The Australian government is under pressure to include the popular gaming platform in its ban. Eminem sues Australia beach brand Swim Shady. Well, yeah, this was Slim Shady, right? And they call this Swim Shady. Why are you suing them? Okay, well, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio. Okay, 2 Miss Universe judges quit scandal hit pageant as one claims it's rigged. Lebanese French musician Omar Hafouch is one of the 2 judges who resigned days before the finals in Thailand. Japan's largest airborne fire in decades ripped through 170 buildings. Wow. And White House has apologized over Georgia's raid, says Hyundai boss. But well, will they be back there? No, I don't think so. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. While India's poorest state continue to struggle with illegal alcohol sale. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on to other stories making the rounds. Poll unrest has stained Tanzania's global image, president has said. Well, but what did she do pertaining to that? Eswatini confirms receiving 5.1 million from the US for accepting deportees. And Nicki Minaj supports contested Trump claims Christians being persecuted in Nigeria. The US-based Trinidadian rapper addressed the UN in New York alongside Trump administration officials, making claims that lack evidence. That's what they're saying there. And 2 schoolgirls escaped Nigeria kidnap ordeal, officials have said. Where did they come from and what information have they given to the whereabouts of the others? Total faces war crimes allegation over Mozambique massacre. I'm going to tell you more about that. In other stories still making the rounds in Nigeria, on Africa, the contrasted reality behind Trump's claims of Christian persecution. Is there? Okay. The farewell in Israel for Tanzanian hostage Joshua Molel. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there as well. Okay. And Islamic State group militants have claimed capture and execution of the attacks on the school that we brought you yesterday. The news that took place on Monday, but we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Stay tuned, don't go away. In Nigeria as well, Nigeria falls US for exclusion from Nicki Minaj's UN event, and APC blasts PDP. Your call for foreign invasion of Nigeria is reckless and unpatriotic. Now, there is a challenge there. You cannot fight it. And they said that Trump is saying, you know, I think this is what is going on. I'm going to come in there to come and fight. So, is it not a broader collaboration that has to take place and then we get things done? Well, I'm not sure what is going to happen, but let's go. Oh, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well and everything went well. Good. We'll catch up later after the program. All right, and 44 Nigerian lawmakers right Tinubu urge release of IPOB Nnamdi Kanu. Are they going to? Or the ruling is supposed to be taking place. The judgment is supposed to be pronounced tomorrow. That's the 20th, right? And maybe after that, we'll see whether they will, the president will now pardon him if he's been found guilty, right? Okay, but I'm not very sure about whatever is going to happen there. But hey, stay tuned and don't touch the dial. In other stories making the round, police have arrested suspect linked to violent robbery at a mining site in Joaboso. Interesting. I like his talk. Interesting one there. And ECOWAS court dismisses former CJ Tokono's bid to halt investigations into his dismissal, into her dismissal, my apologies. And Coffee Federation Ghana pledges to reposition industry for national benefit. But the question that I've been posing all the time is, listen, if we continue to degrade the environment and everything, and with this mining, this galamsey thing going on, using all kind of what do you call it, materials or mineral, it's not mineral, what do you call it, chemicals in involved in these mining thing, illegal mining thing, and then we destroy the environment. Boy, it's just a matter of time. These Western countries and the countries that we export to are going to say that, look, we think that there's a tendency that there are some unwholesome chemicals that have gone into your produce, your farm produce, and therefore we wouldn't want to buy it. And where would our stand be if we are looking at that? So is it time for government to rise up and see to fight all this galamsey menace that is going on? Or, like I've been suggesting all the time, is it time for them to form cooperative bodies and have an oversight committee that sees to groupings of people mining at a particular place, and then some monies of them out of their the money that they are making is put aside, and after some time when the place is results, they use that for land reclamation, and then people can have jobs to go to. Because if they don't have jobs to go to, boy, it's a timing bomb that we are sitting on. It's just a matter of time. It's going to go poof. But what do you think? This is a lot more going to be coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Mahama says public tribunals bill approved to fast track galamsey prosecution. Will that serve as a deterrent? Who knows? And Bank of Ghana didn't pump $1.4 billion to stabilize city. Majority rejects minority claims. So how has the city been able to stabilize? What have been done to it? That is a question on the lips of most people. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. We're gonna take a break, and once we come back, oh boy, I will bring you all the details of the stories making the rounds this morning, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. It's making the rounds. As I said, we'll definitely bring you to the fore. So now, stay tuned. Don't tap the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
We march for justice, we march for justice, we march for change. Let's stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. The MVAWG March and event takes place on Saturday the 22nd of November 2025. There are two sessions or two parts to the program, and the first part is the march. The march starts from 10:30 a.m. at Croydon University Hospital, London Road, pauses and pick up from 11:30 a.m. at Max and Spencer, North End, West Croydon, and then from 12:15 end up at the Croydon Town Hall. The part 2 will start from 12:15 exactly to 2 p.m. where there are going to be speeches, performances, storytelling, and refreshment. For further information, contact say no to mvawg@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram and _MVAWG, or you can scan the QR code on the program for you to join in as well. You can be there. There's going to be refreshment and all sorts going to happen. But yes, remember, it is say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon area where that match is going to take place. And once again, let me say good morning to the one and only Councillor Tama. Yes, like I said, we're arranging to see whether we can have on the program tomorrow, God willing. That will be exact tomorrow or Friday for a pre-event interview before the event is proper takes place on Saturday. So be rest assured and keep your windows or your time, your calendars or your diaries free for that interview. Starr Radio UK.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK. Now let's move on to have a look at the events making the rounds, where the details of the stories that are put across this morning. All right. So interesting. A 32-year-old man accused of stabbing 10 people on a train has been charged with further offences related to the day before the attack. British Transport Police said Anthony Williams of No Fix Abode had been charged with 7 other offences, including 2 counts of attempted murder as a part of a wider investigation. Mr. Williams is already charged with 10 counts of attempted murder in relation to a mass stabbing on a Doncaster to London King's Cross service on the evening of 1st of November. Now, BTP said British Transport Police said the further charges relate to incidents which occurred in Peterborough, Stevenage, and a train travelling between Hitchin and Biggleswade on the 31st of October. Mr. Williams is due to appear at Peterborough Magistrate Court later, charged with the following: 1. Attempted murder of a 14-year-old boy at Henry Penn Walk in Peterborough, and then attempted grievous bodily harm of a 28-year-old man at Wiesenplatz in Peterborough, and attempted murder of a 22-year-old man near Pleasure Fair Meadow Road in Peterborough, affray and possession of a blade article in connection to an incident at Ritzy Barbers in Peterborough, and then theft of knives from Asda Supermarket in Stevenage. Now, common assault of a 31-year-old man on board a train traveling between Hitchin and Biggleswade. Now, Deputy Chief Constable Stuart Candy for the BTP said, our investigation into the awful incidents of Hattenden has also focused on other offences previously reported to the police or identified by investigation. The passengers on the 1825 GMT LNER service on the 1st of November said a person brandishing a knife began stabbing people after it passed through Petersburg. It was diverted to Hattenden and on scheduled stop, which prompted a large emergency response. Well, it was a frightening one, but interestingly, so is it to do with mental health or what? And is it the aftermath of the fact that he stole those knives from the other shop in Peterborough or what? You know, at times I go around town and then I see some people who have mental ailments, for lack of words, let me put it that way. But you see them and they are working in town, but their behavior is such that you could see that if care is not taken, this person can cause harm, for lack of words, again, there. But what do we do? How do we control that scenario? Is it that we keep them in the hospitals or wherever they receive treatment, or after they, I mean, we know the NHS and everything, we're having lots of issues pertaining to it, and whatever money that is there, it's not enough. Beds in hospitals are not enough to keep people in. So after some time, they think that you're okay, and then, but the aftercare bit, when people are released from there, what measures are put in there to ascertain whether even the medications that have been prescribed to them, as to whether they are taking them? So it's quite a big thing, especially when you see people walking in town and they have all their, interesting. I'm in the studio, so I can have my headphones on fully to listen to whatever. But even that, you see this ear, it's not fully. I mean, I've not put the headphones there because I want to hear from outside what is happening around the environment. I have got all monitors that I looked at. That's not what I'm talking about. But you have people walking in town and they have all these gadgets on their heads, and you see they are just concentrating on their phones and just moving about. And I ask myself the question: should something be happening? How would you know what is happening around you? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be using big headphones and where you can enjoy your music or whatever thing that you're in. So you feel the atmosphere or whatever thing that is going on. But we have to be conscious of our surroundings when we are out and about. But well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio, okay? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on. We'll come to that. But interestingly, the victim of a 38-year miscarriage of justice has claimed he was beaten by police officers and bullied into falsely admitting murder in his first interview since his release. Peter Sullivan said he believes he was stitched up in 1986 over the killings of Diane Sandell, who was ambushed and beaten to death during a frenzied sexual attack in Birkenhead Rural. Now, Mr. Sullivan, who has learning difficulties, had his conviction quashed by the Court of Appeal in May after new DNA tests were carried out. He now wants an apology from Merseyside Police. The force said, while it regretted that a grave miscarriage of justice had taken place, it maintained its officers acted within the law at the time. So maybe your proximity to the place that you were, they didn't have enough DNA, like details like we have now, that years after something has happened, they just go and just touch it and then they have something coming out to say that, well, this shows that this person didn't do it or that did it. So what do you think victims like that had to enjoy, or an apology? They are saying that, well, within that time, that was, the officers worked within the law at the time. Now, speaking from an undisclosed location with his face hidden to protect his privacy, Mr. Sullivan, 68, said he wanted an explanation for why detectives picked him out. I can't forgive them for that. For what they've done to me, because it's going to be there for the rest of my life, he said, adding he had lost everything since going to prison. I've got to carry the burden until I get an apology. Now, for the case, Mr. Sullivan and his family were hunted by tabloid press, nicknames including the Beast of Birkenhead, the Mersey Ripper, and the Wolfman. The names, they always stick with me because I've never been anything like that, he said. Mr. Sullivan said despite moments of near hopelessness, he was always supported by his parents, who died years before he could clear his name. A sad one. The parents died without knowing that actually their son didn't commit the heinous crime he was imprisoned for. In one of my painful moments from his time behind bars, Mr. Sullivan said he was denied permission to attend his mother's funeral in 2013 because she was buried in the same cemetery as Miss Sindhal. It's a very sad one. A very, very sad one. A very, very sad one. But the issue is, how do we protect the vulnerable in society? And if somebody's got mental health and all those beta we talk about, how do we help them out there? So the resources are not enough to go around doing all stuff. So, well, in other stories, the UK inflation rate fell to 3.6% in the year to October, but food prices rose again following a dip in September. Prices are rising at their slowest pace for 4 months, helped by smaller rises in household energy costs and lower hotel costs. The Office for National Statistics has said economists had expected a slightly bigger fall from September 3.8 to 3.5. The latest inflation report comes just a week ahead of the government's much anticipated budget. Now, in his determination, Chancellor Richard Reeves said, "I'm determined to do more to bring price down." Well, we just wait to see what is happening or what will happen on that front. At 11:46, well, you have to speed up because exactly at 12 o'clock we have to end the program, so that those of you who want to join in the Prime Minister's Question Time will be able to join in. But rest assured, next week, Wednesday, is happening. The Chancellor of the Exchequer is going to be bringing the budget statement. A Russian spy ship is on the edge of UK waters north of Scotland and has pointed lasers to distract pilots of surveillance aircraft monitoring its activities, the Defense Secretary has said. Now, speaking at the press conference in Downing Street, Johnny Healy said it was the second time in a year that the Yanta has entered UK waters. The ship is designed for gathering intelligence and mapping our undersea cables, Healy said. My message to Russia and to Putin is this: we see you, we know what you're doing, and if the Yanta travels south this week, we are ready. He added, giving more details on the vessel. Healy said it is part of a Russian fleet designed to put and hold our undersea infrastructure and those of our allies at risk. It isn't just a naval operation, it's a part of a Russian program driven by what they call the Main Directorate of Deep Sea Research, or GUG, and this is designed to have capabilities which can undertake surveillance in peacetime and sabotage in conflict. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. Now let's move on quickly. One touch on what is happening in the US, and that pertains to after Congress voted to force the Justice Department to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein, the legislation will now move to President Donald Trump's desk. And if Trump does sign it into law as expected, it will mark the final action in what had been a remarkable and abrupt change in his position. 4 months, Trump was dismissive of calls to release the government full trove of documents about the late financier and convicted sex offender. He described the case in July as pretty boring stuff. That was until Sunday, when, with a snowballing number of Republicans in the House signaling they will vote to release them, the president relented and encouraged them to do so. His shift opened the floodgates for an overwhelming 427 votes to 1 on Tuesday. His reversal was a rare instance of Republican politicians pressurizing Trump into action and into a very public change in stance rather than other way round. But whilst on Air Force One and being interviewed or questioned by the press, well, he ended up calling one reporter a piggy. Is it that the person was chunky? Or what exactly was that all about? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK. The lines are open if you want to hop in to let your voice be heard. Feel free to do so. Just go to themes, and just look for Star Radio UK and just dial in, and I'll be able to pick up.
Call the studio now. Call the studio now.
All right. Now, one other story. Khashoggi. U.S. President Donald Trump said Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman knew nothing about the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi as he welcomed the kingdom's de facto ruler to the White House. Now, Trump's comment appeared to contradict a U.S. intelligence assessment in 2021 which determined the Crown Prince had approved the operation that led to Khashoggi's death at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in 2018. The Crown Prince, who has denied any wrongdoing, said at the White House that Saudi Arabia did all the right thing to investigate Khashoggi's death, which he called painful. It was the first time it was his first visit since the assassination, which sent shockwaves through U.S.-Saudi relationship. In the Oval Office on Tuesday, Trump shot back at a reporter who asked a question about the killing. You mentioning someone that was extremely controversial, the U.S. president said. So, can somebody be controversial? He's going to further to say a lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he, the Crown Prince, knew nothing about it. Trump added, you don't have to embarrass our guests, because he's looking at the monies that they are trying to make from there. It is all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Before we go to Africa, well, at least 20 people have been killed, including 2 children, in a Russian drone and missile attack on the western city of Ternopil that hit 2 blocks of flats, Ukrainian officials have said. Another 66 people were wounded, 16 of them children. And the police said in one of the deadliest Russian strikes on western Ukraine since the full-scale war began in February 2022. 2 other western regions were hit, Lviv and Ivano-Frankivsk. And a drone attack targeted 3 districts of the northern city of Kharkiv, wounding more than 30 people. Photos posted online showed buildings and cars ablaze. Well. When would it end? Well, it seems like total destruction. The only solution. That was sung by the late Bob Marley. Did he know what was going to happen? But it looks like that prophecy or that song of his is making more meaning this time round than we've ever seen. All right. One other story. A huge fire broke out in the city of Oita on the Japanese island of Kyushu, damaging at least 170 buildings and forcing residents to evacuate. Authorities have said area footage showed the scale of blaze that said to be the size of 7 football fields that burned through several residential buildings near a fishing port. It is Japan's largest urban fire since 1976, excluding incidents caused by earthquakes. Local media says 1 person was killed while the cause of the fire was still under investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Nicki Minaj has added her voice to the call by Trump that Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria. But as whether that was right or wrong, well, Nigerians have been protesting the fact that they were not allowed to be at the UN when that statement was being made by Nicki Minaj. But the issue is, has there been any abuse or assault or anything of the sort, or killings of Christians in Nigeria and communities, those who are non-Christians as well? It's only yesterday where we had an issue, or we had a story coming in pertaining to children who were kidnapped, from their schools, and interestingly, who have come to accept responsibility for that? Boko Haram. Well, somebody said that the school is it a Christian school or what? But Nigeria has been at the center of a controversy in the past month after United States President Donald Trump accused the country's government of tolerating the widespread killing of Christians. Nigeria's population, 220 million people, is split almost evenly between Christians who live predominantly in the south and Muslims mostly in the north, where attacks have long been concentrated and where levels of illiteracy, poverty, and hunger are among the country's highest. Now, in the northeast, Boko Haram jihadist extremists and more recently an Islamic State-backed breakaway faction had since 2009 waged an insurgency to enforce their brutal interpretation of Sharia law. In the northwest and central region, rogue gangs attack farming communities comprised mostly of Christians. So U.S. President Donald Trump named Nigeria a country of particular concern. A U.S. declaration for nation, it says, failed to act on religious freedom violation. And this month told defense officials to begin preparing for military action. However, that statement that was made has been lambasted, and parties who are in favor of that are being accused of being unpatriotic. But what do you think about that? Well. The All Progressive Congress strongly condemns the call for foreign invasion of Nigeria by the new faction chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Tanimu Turaki, while addressing the press yesterday over the crisis ravaging his party. Turaki called on foreign powers to intervene in Nigeria to save the country from alleged Christian genocide and to protect democracy. Turaki called for foreign invasion of Nigeria is reckless and unpatriotic. For a man declared national chairman barely 72 hours ago by a faction of his deeply fractured party, Turaki looked and sounded desperate and at his wit's end, confused, incoherent, and grossly lacking in stamina and capacity to manage his party crisis. Nigeria expected that Turaki will set himself on an urgent peace-building mission to bring his party warring factions together. But well, he's making not a statement for his party alone, but making a statement pertaining to the whole of the country and looking at the Christians in there. The issue is that happening? Is that happening? Because of time, I will not be able to bring you all the details of those stories there. But one other story that has been making the rounds in Nigeria for days or ages is a coalition of 44 members of the House of Representatives has written to President Bola Tinubu urging him to exercise his constitutional authority to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and initiate a broad political dialogue to address the security and socio-political challenges in the southeast. The lawmakers, drawn from various political parties and representing constituencies across both the north and south, issued a 2-page letter and resolution under the platform of concerned federal lawmakers. Now, the appeal marks a new phase in the growing national demand for a political resolution to the long-running agitation in the region. In the letter, the legislature asked the president to, as soon as practicable, direct the Attorney General of the Federation to invoke his constitutional powers by discontinuing Mr. Kanu's ongoing prosecution. They argue that such a step will pave the way for inclusive roundtable capable of producing a lasting and just political settlement. So can we try that to see whether that will bring about the peace that those people in the southeast region are lacking? Can we see anything of the sort? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I said, our time is virtually gone. I need to sign up now, but let me bring you one story from Ghana and then we go. The ECOWAS Court of Justice has dismissed former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono's application seeking interim measures to halt work of the committee that investigated her removal from office. Deputy Attorney General Justice Shrem Sai, who shared the court ruling on Facebook, said The application did not satisfy the criteria for a grant of interim measures. The applicant's own conduct defeats a claim of imminent and irreparable harm. The court is therefore satisfied that the applicant has not demonstrated the existence of an imminent or exceptional circumstance that would justify the urgency of the application filed almost 3 months after the act complaint of Justice Sai posted. All right then. Well, so it's quite an interesting one. The court ruling delivered today comes after Justice Tokonu applied for temporary prohibition orders to stop the committee chaired by Justice Gabriel Scott Poamang from continuing its inquiry into matters that eventually led to her removal and the swearing in of her successor, Chief Justice Paul Bafo Boni. While the ECOWAS court acknowledged that the former Chief Justice had established a prima facie case alleging human rights violation, it ruled that she failed to demonstrate the urgency required for temporary orders. The judges noted that she waited nearly 3 months after her suspension on April 22 before filing the motion, a delay that undermined her claim of imminent harm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a break and I'll get back to you. It is the morning show, and this is why I'm bringing the program to a close this morning. God willing, tomorrow we'll be coming your way with the Thursday edition of the morning show, and as I've said, we'll do our best to see whether we can bring you Councillor Tama to talk about the marching for women and girls in Croydon. So we take that announcement, and after that we'll bring the curtains down, so you can also hop in and join the Prime Minister's question time that is taking place at the moment, just a minute ago. We march for justice, we march for safety, we march for change. Stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. MVAWG March and event Saturday the 22nd of November 2025. There are 2 parts to the program. The march will start from 10:30 a.m. from the Croydon University Hospital in London Road, and then pause and pick up at 11:30 a.m. at Max and Spencer North End, West Croydon. Then 12:15 p.m. end at Croydon Town Hall. The Part 2 event will take place from 12:15 p.m. to 2 p.m. Speeches, performances, storytelling, refreshment, and contacts. Now, for further information, contact say no to mvawg@gmail.com, and then follow us on Instagram at _MVAWG or scan the QR code. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is where we bring the program to a close. It's been a pleasure coming your way, and as I said, tomorrow, God willing, we'll be with you if everything and if we are live and well kicking, right? So right on to them. Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening.